All right, guys, we're out here with the generator. It's that time where we got to do an oil change to this. And also, a lot of you guys have been questioning about an update on the generator. We're going to give you that update as we're changing the oil and showing you how to change the oil. Now, we've only ran ours on propane, so there's a lot we don't have to worry about with maintenance as far as when you use gas. So that's a good thing. We're going to try to stay on just propane if possible. Last year, we did use this quite a bit during Hurricane Helene and Milton down here in Florida. So it has a bunch of runtime on it. That's why I figured get ready for this season. I'm going to change the oil in it. But so far, it's been doing us pretty good. It's been running pretty decent. Over here now, for the changing the oil, we're gonna put 10W30 in here. Over here, we got the mobile one, 10W30. We're gonna put in it. It's full synthetic. You're supposed to. They recommend that after you do your initial 8-hour like break-in type of thing with the regular conventional. They recommend something like a 1030 synthetic, but you want to make sure it's based off the environment you're in. Like if you're in a place that gets really cold, you might want something a little different. You can, there's places where you can go straight 30 weight, but we're going to go with this. That's what they recommend. When I actually talked to them, that's what they told me to put in it. But this is a pretty easy oil change, really. There's no filter on here, which I thought was odd. We're going to be using the funnel that came with the generator to fill it. And we're just going to use one of these small pans. This goes to our Weber grill. So we're going to use this. We got a couple of them in case it wants to go too fast. But right here on the bottom is your drain plug. We're just going to be pulling that out and let it drain. To make it go faster, you would pull out your dipstick, but we're going to pull the drain plug first. Here we go. We're going to pull this drain plug first, let it start, and then we'll pull the dipstick so it goes faster. There we go. I mean, it ain't terrible looking, but you can tell it has some runtime on it. We're just going to pull our dipstick out. Should go a little faster once we pull it. There we go. Now we're just going to sit there and let that continue to drain for us. And then all we do is put the drain plug back in and fill it up to the bottom of the threads here in your fill port where the dipstick was. And you're done changing your oil. So then we'll run it a little bit. While that's draining, we'll tell you a little bit more. Like I said, with the propane, it runs great. It starts every time. We notice sometimes we got to put the choke on for propane, but it does work. On this one, the starter sometimes seems to, once in a while, it seems to miss the flywheel almost, where you hear without touching anything. The starter's just spinning. But that happens once in a while, not too often, but you try it a couple times and it'll work. Another thing you want to do if you're having this sit for any period of time is put a battery maintainer on your battery, because your battery will go dead after a while. They are the lead acid batteries. I think they do make lithium batteries that fit this size. You could put them in there. I'm just not sure how they would hold up to the higher vibration environment of this thing when it's running. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing it. Maybe put a rubber mat in the bottom of the tray or something just to help with that. But so everything so far has been great. As you see, we have the dust cover that we bought from them to keep it in good shape. It looks brand new, and we did, like I said, we did use it a lot, and it works great. Our air filter's already been cleaned. That's in good shape. If you're in a high dust environment, make sure you keep that clean too. There'd be a lot more maintenance. I mean, there's a schedule they have in the book if you look that up, like when you should check your spark plug, check the gap, things like that. And if you are running gas, you know how to clean out your carburetor, the bowl, all that stuff, which I did not want to deal with that. So trying to keep it all propane. And so far that's been working pretty good. And we are in the RV, as you see, so it does run our entire RV, both air conditioners, everything we need to run in here. This one will run it. I mean, this will run a whole house, but it definitely runs the RV with both ACs, because you figure hurricane season is during the hot part down here. So when the power goes out, it gets hot in here quick. So having this is a must. All right, we got that one tray full of oil. Now we got to switch it out. All right, we got our pan switched out to another pan. You can see that one's pretty full. I mean, you could see it's got some color to it, but it did run a bunch last year, but it really isn't that bad. So we're on to our next pan, which it'll easily hold. It holds, I don't know, I want to say 1.25 quarts or something like that. It don't hold much, really. Like I said, what's nice about this particular one, we like being the dual fuel, obviously. They do have one that's tri-fuel too. Or if you're in an environment where you have sensitive electronics and stuff like that, you might want to consider one of them inverter generators. They also carry those at a fairly good price. This one also, if your battery goes dead or the starter quit working, it does have a pull start on it. for you so you could still get it started. So we like that it had all the different methods of starting. It had all the plugs we need. This one particularly had the 50 amp for our RV, which is perfect. And then of course you got your 30 amps and 240 volts, all that good stuff, 120, the twist lock plug, cigarette lighter. It had every kind of connection we wanted. So with all the circuit breakers for that. So far for you people wanting the update, it's been a great generator. I mean, for being a budget generator at just that price of, I think we paid what, $1,100 or something like that. It's been great for us. So it was worth the money so far. I mean, we've seen the other generators. They're, you know, $3,000–$4,000. They're nice and all, but you know, at the time we just didn't want to spend a crap ton because we weren't using it all the time. So far, it's been good. I can't say that I'm disappointed with my purchase, and it's been holding up for $1,000. So later down the road, if it quits, I mean, if I got $1,000 worth of life out of it, which if you ask me, we've had it now, what, a little over 2 years, and we've used it both years for storms when the power went out. It's paid for itself, in my opinion. So, all right, we're just going to put our drain plug in, make sure it's wiped off now that it pretty much quit dripping. So it's pretty much the reverse of what we did. We'll get that tightened up. I think it's like a 12 millimeter. I'm using a 1/2 inch, which is slightly too big, but all right, we'll wipe off any spot where it's got oil dripping. Oil drips, pull out our oil pan. It looks good. I don't see nothing sparkly in it or anything like that, so it looks decent. So pretty pleased with that. All right, now we're just going to add oil. We're just going to use the, like I said, the funnel that came with it. It's perfect. It's perfect for what we need. So we just put it in here, then we can pour. I'm just going to pour 1.25 quarts of this. I don't want to pain you guys with me sitting here pouring this in, but just going to be 1.25 quarts of oil. Just pour it in, let it keep going down until you get the oil at the top of the threads. Once we get it full, we'll come back and show you guys. All right, guys, you can see we have the oil. Hopefully you guys can see that right up to the bottom of the threads. The one thing about these generators, I do have the low oil cutoff. So if you are low on oil, it'll shut itself off. But you could do this, run it for a little bit, check your oil again with your dipstick. As long as it's in the hash marks, you're good to go. We'll just screw this in. There we go. Now we're going to hook our propane up, which is pretty easy. I'm sure you guys probably know how to do that. We got our regulator. We hook this on the front, hook this to the tank, turn on the tank, and try to fire it up. So let me get this propane hooked up, then we'll try to fire this up. All right, we got our propane hooked up as you've seen. Now, if this is your first time with one of these and you're, just adding oil for the first time, there's quick start directions on this tag that says for gas, and the other side is for propane. But you also have it here on the front for starting with propane and starting with gas, and then also what to do if you're storing the generator. So keep that in mind. We have it in storage mode, so we're going to turn it to propane. Next thing you're supposed to do is turn the battery switch on. That's what it says to do. And then we press and hold this for a second. Then we let go. That's that starter that runs loose once in a while, but like that, it's working pretty good. Started right up. We let it warm up and we can put the idle control on, which will idle it down, but you want it warm first. So hopefully this ain't too loud for you guys. Then once we're done with this, we'll shut it down, check our oil, and then we're pretty much done and ready for the season. All right, guys, hope you can hear me. I'm going to switch idle control on. There you go. It must have been warm enough for idle control to work, because now it's just controlling the idle. Since we have no load, it's just going to go on that. Now, if we put a load on it, it will ramp up. And if you want to get ready, when you're ready to plug stuff in, right here is your circuit breaker. You just click that on. That activates your outlets. You plug in what you need, and you're set and ready to go. If you are hooking into an RV like we do, we still put our surge protector in here to to protect against any massive surges. Like I said, this doesn't have a clean thing like an inverter generator for the sensitive electronics, but we have run our ACs, our laptop computers without any issues off of this, so it works pretty good. So now we're going to shut this down, give it a second, then we'll check our oil level. All right, we got our propane tank shut off. We're going to check the oil level of our oil. Another note, I was watching a guy who has one of these, and he was having some problems on his shed with mud daubers. They were getting in his holes and making mud in there. So when you buy this generator, it comes with like plug ends that are like blank ones you can make plugs out of. He just put those in there just to protect the holes from getting mud daubers. So depending on your environment, that might be something you want to do. We are golden with our oil, right where we need to be. Nice oil change. We're all set and ready for the season. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let us know in the comment section below. For those of you wanting the update, hopefully this gives you a little peace of mind if you're looking to purchase one of these. We don't regret the purchase for the price. It was great, and we got all the power we need. Like I said, every situation will vary. They do have bigger ones. They have 15,000s. They have tri-fuels, if like for natural gas, propane, and regular gas, if you're looking for those. Depends what you're looking for. The inverter generators, small ones, big ones. Go check them out. The DuroMax. You can go to their website. These are available also on Amazon, which I will leave a link to Amazon for one of these. They are affiliate links. Help the channel out. Don't cost you anything. Appreciate the support, but make sure you check those out. And if you're looking to change the oil, 10W30 synthetic, full synthetic is what they wanted you to put in it. It works for most applications. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching the video. Until next time, try something new.
Whenever your heart is broken.